Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. It is Thursday and I am with Julian.
Hello.
And Brogan.
Hello.
And today we're going to take a look at who has been arrested and why. We're going to take a look at some NFT news, some crypto news, some metaverse news, and we're going to finish with something a little bit off topic. As you will be able to see very shortly, we're going to have a countdown because today's episode, we're going to try and fit everything in under an hour.
Trying to be a little bit snappier, aren't we?
A bit more snappier.
Punchy.
A bit punchier.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to move the camera up a bit, like down, actually, because
here we
you're
go.
not on. Something's changed all of a sudden.
Is it here?
Seriously, it's the worst thing
sit back
I've
now.
ever bought.
It's good enough.
So Monday's show will be the Alpha show, which is 45 minutes.
That's the A show.
That's the
and
A
this
show.
is the B show.
This is the
So
B.
thanks for joining in.
This is
Click
the
and
B show.
subscribe.
So if you are watching this on catch up, please like and subscribe. We try and give you as much information as we can in as short a time as possible. And as always, we start the show with a little look at the Bitcoin price. It's been a bit choppy.
I haven't looked today.
I'm going to go for 24,850.
I'm going to go for 24,700.
It is 23,839.
That's what I meant, 23,000.
Oh, I've won one. Hey, by default.
He's messed it up. Let's go.
I got the price wrong. Shocking.
Did you find the
menu?
yeah,
No, not yet.
it was the end of January, beginning of February.
We'll find it. Well, we'll move on to word on the bird. Brogan can bring up the word on the bird, and I will find the
Let's just,
menu.
Just calm it down. It's just,
We're rushing the old wind-up machine again.
Yeah, let's just take a slight bit of time. Just to make sure everything's okay.
Very good.
Just
Think
gonna.
everything's okay. Everything's hunky
Oh,
dory.
everything is. Yeah.
I'm still trying to find the menu to bring the
I just
menu
need a-
up
That's
so
good.
we can update the menu.
Yeah, that's why I'll wait for that.
You don't have to wait for anything.
Well, I'm also getting the comment thing up. So
With
I'm just
people
gonna.
complaining about me false advertising, saying it was going to be quicker and punchier.
And
You do know
snappier.
that.
And snappier
It's
there
all
will be.
gone.
So also, if you are watching, please leave a message or a question, and we will be doing the Q&A at the end
There we go. Get that up.
if
Lovely.
we have enough time.
Yep.
So any questions you've got about crypto, about any coins, about any projects,
Just give us a wave, give us a hello,
give us a wave or a hello
tell
or a
your
like.
friends, click and subscribe.
Exactly.
It's just 2 for 2 right now.
I've done 2 already, yeah.
It's been 4. It's been
Yeah.
5 minutes, and you might notice the little illustration
That is nice, that is.
of what you need to do. A little thumbs up,
Yeah.
like the video.
Are we ready now?
I've got the menu up. I've got my thing up.
Let's go for word on the bird.
Go
Alright,
to
let's just
word
go
on the
to it.
bird.
Because you know how technically he is with the phones.
Yeah.
Of course. Is it one numbered?
What date did you say?
This is not the
Would
one.
be the end of January, beginning of February, because it was 2 weeks ago today.
There we go. Wrong one.
Got it. I've gone back to the.
All right, the word on the bird. I got the wrong link on by accident. So just in, Coinbase in talks to create a federally regulated Bitcoin and crypto exchange. He's got a short.
I'm giving up on the menu. You're gonna have to do the menu. What's the word on the bird?
I'm getting the menu up.
Coinbase.
Yep.
Are going to do what?
Bit of Bitcoin and.
Coinbase in talks to create a federally regulated Bitcoin and crypto exchange. Fox Business.
So regulated by the US government.
Regulated by the US government.
How likely do we think this is?
Very likely, because now that FTX has gone,
Yeah.
you're only really left with a few smaller exchanges and Binance US.
Yeah.
And as we've seen, Binance US, they've been gone after by the SEC,
Yeah.
especially now that they're going to try and get rid of BUSD from Paxos.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, what the government want is a government-friendly crypto exchange.
So Coinbase is the one.
So Coinbase is the one that they're going to be doing. So I think they'll get the license because Brian Armstrong knows what he's doing.
So is that Coinbase that we need to refer our friend to the person that you know as well, because they're having issues, aren't they?
The CEO of Coinbase UK.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't remind me to do that, won't you? Because then we can pass that on.
We will pass that on to
So
that chat.
somebody's having issues with actually getting into their account.
They are indeed. I know. Coinbase aren't going to well. Next.
Just saying hello to everybody. Hello, Web3 Superstar, Honorary, and Peter. They're all here.
Excellent.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for watching.
Brit-nicked. Oh,
Brit-nicked. Yes, this is the first article.
Yeah, I'm getting it up.
So this is a bit of this isn't really funny for the poor chap who's been nicked, but obviously it's quite funny to read the story
is he
about
British?
this. He's British.
I got that.
I'd
from the
assume so.
title.
I went down the route of beatnik,
Oh,
Britnik.
right.
So I was hoping Brogan would be able to do this in the style of beatnik.
Do you know what that reminded me of? My instant impression. Brit-nicked.
What's that?
German building sites.
Carry on, Brogan. Take it away.
Brit who consulted North Korea on crypto clarified arrest rumors. Earlier, Christopher Dave. Was released by Saudi authorities. He's everywhere, this guy.
Yes.
Authorities due to the lack of evidence against him.
Yes.
The news about a British national being detained in Moscow, all over the place, upon an Interpol request appeared to be false. According to some Russian media, on February 21st, Dave was arrested in Moscow upon the red notice from Interpol. The 31-year-old British citizen was detained in the hostel where he was staying. He allegedly provided instructions to North Korea on how it could use blockchain and cryptocurrency to launder money and evade sanctions.
This is a little bit of a stretch, this.
This is a rumor, right? He's cleared it up, right? So I assume...
No, I'll give you the backstory after you've finished the article.
The two planned and organised the 2019 Pyongyang blockchain and cryptocurrency conference. There's a... he said himself precisely... It's just big...
Is this Morse code?
Precisely because he did nothing wrong. He provided no information to North Korea that doesn't already appear on the first page of Google.
Yes.
I continue to remain grateful to the Russian Federation for granting me the right to stay in the country where I am in the process of seeking political asylum. I continue to refute all allegations against me by the US authorities.
Yeah. So, what this chap did, I'll keep it quick because we're quick to time. Yeah. He attended a conference and got up on stage and basically said, okay, guys, if you want to do this and avoid sanctions and avoid being locked down on...
Why did he do that?
Because he was a geek. And geeks don't understand that the words that come out of their mouth are powerful.
I think he thought it were Johnny Big Ones, didn't he?
Yeah. So he basically explained to North Korea how you can use cryptocurrency to get around, the kind
things
of...
that you shouldn't maybe be doing.
Yeah. Trying to avoid using the words on YouTube.
Yeah.
So the chap has been arrested.
Yeah.
And... He did it out of ignorance and not understanding what he was doing, but
he'll not do it again.
He won't do it again. No. He probably won't do it again because he won't be allowed out.
No,
you know what they're like in America, right?
Anyway, do you ever have the moments where you wonder to yourself, do people internally hear the same sort of thought process that you do? You ever wondered that?
No. Wonder if other people hear what I'm thinking.
Do other people think and hear in their own heads how I think?
Oh, the way if you speak to yourself, right.
You've tidied that up for me, because the way that you read that last thing was like hearing your internal thought process. It's excellent. Yeah, much appreciated.
Thank you.
Next.
Keanu Reeves.
We are on to the next article. Don't forget the menu for now. Just get on to the next article.
Oh,
we're on time.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, the phone's gone off.
We are on a...
Is it not touch sensitive?
Yeah, it's double ticket.
I think we've been joined by Chemist George.
I think we have.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, George. As you can see, we are the epitome of organised.
Yep, and I think it's fair to say that George has got the best drug stash in Gibraltar.
I'd say so. I would say so. What's next, Brogan?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu speaks.
This is a good one for all the Keanu Reeves fans. There's nothing says...
That's niche.
Nothing says crypto like a actor or actress coming out in defence of the market.
True.
Because who do you trust?
Actors,
Keanu,
obviously.
Kim
the
Kardashian.
People who pretend to be other people their entire life to get paid.
Exactly.
I'll trust them, yeah.
Exactly.
Ever since Point Break, I thought, you know what? Financial advice.
Keanu Reeves. Exactly.
So, Keanu Reeves' criticism of crypto is only going to make it better. To dismiss crypto because of its volatility will strengthen it. In terms of how it's safeguarded, the star of The Matrix argued. The Matrix star Keanu Reeves has become something of a crypto fan, calling cryptocurrencies amazing tools for exchanges and distribution of resources. In a recent interview with Wired to promote his new film, John Wick 4, Reeves said, "I think the principle, the ideas behind an independent currency are amazing," adding that to to poo-poo crypto.
Yeah.
Have you never poo-pooed anything?
Just
I
carry
have
on.
before, yes. Okay. Or the volatility of cryptocurrency. It's only going to make it better in terms of how it's safeguarded.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's cool. Like, look what the cute machines can make. We've added that he's concerned about the corporatocracy behind it. That's looking to control those things. Yeah.
Party on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's just saying good things. It's a huge scroll. It's a bunch of history.
We don't need to know anymore.
No.
I don't believe a single word that any actor, actress, sportsman has to say about anything.
At all?
No, they're completely irrelevant outside of their sphere of expertise.
Well, Marcus Rashford's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a different topic, isn't it? That's about...
But you said everything that they say.
Well, the children.
Yeah,
are
everything
You
they
mean
say.
everything that they say about finance?
No, everything they say that involves any kind of highbrow activity. So
Economical
talking,
things.
So talking about cryptocurrency or economics
Or the
or
opera.
politics, stick away from politics. Taking the knee, giving the
Yeah.
wave, giving the bow. What's
Yeah.
it all about? I used to go and watch football matches to watch people score goals.
Now it's like the
And win.
okie at the beginning.
It is, exactly. So far as I'm concerned, I don't give a monkey's what any of these people say. However,
Yeah,
it is Keanu Reeves.
yeah.
And he is a bit of a legend, and he was in The Matrix. So we'll give him a pass
Weird
on this
film,
one.
though, that wasn't it?
Matrix.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Something really sexy now.
What's on to?
We are...
EY Doge.
Julian is really, really dragging us through
Can't believe how exciting this news is.
broken glass.
And the listeners out there will like this as well, particularly Catherine, Peter's other half. She will love this topic.
So EY, Ernst & Young.
Ernst & Young adds Dogecoin to its new blockchain analyzer feature. The fourth generation of Ernst Young blockchain analyzer reconciler has been released into production.
Hey?
The
Yippee!
reconciler. Do you know what, Brogan? I reckon
He reckons.
accountants have wet dreams at the thought of the reconciler turning up on Monday morning.
No, it's the
Julian?
fear.
Is it the
Oh,
fear?
no, not the reconciler.
Followed shortly by the auditor.
Yeah.
Those two things. I think that's that. I mean, let's get through this.
The audit service now supports Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic. It's a software as a service. Oh, fun. The latest version of the EY blockchain analyzer reconciler was supported of Dogecoin. Eventually, an event retrieval capabilities.
Can you just ask? Right?
It doesn't matter.
Can you just read out slowly so everybody can hear
It doesn't matter.
what the cryptocurrencies are?
I did.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You read it out so quickly I couldn't catch them. It was just a blur. It was Blake Ethereum Classic. I didn't catch them.
Fine,
right,
fine.
Bitcoin.
So we've obviously got Dogecoin,
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Bitcoin,
Yes.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Cash,
Forget that one.
Litecoin,
Rubbish.
Ethereum,
Okay.
and Ethereum Classic.
Garbage.
Yes, but they're not. We're not judging them on that. These are people that are going to try and audit companies.
Yes.
This is adoption. We're all about adoption.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I went to a lecture with accountants and auditors
what a start to a conversation.
I know.
I went to
Oh,
a
I went to a
lecture.
lecture.
I went to a lecture.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
where it was said unanimously,
Yeah.
crypto is going to cause huge problems to the audit industry because we do not know how it will be even possible to audit it.
Yes.
Within the space of 24 months,
Yes.
we are now able to audit it.
Right.
That's massive adoption.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
The lag
Yeah,
means they are auditing blockchains
yeah.
that have already become obsolete.
That's how auditors work.
Yeah, but nobody uses Bitcoin Cash. Nobody. Do you know why
Yeah, but
nobody?
they've used Bitcoin.
Do you know why no?
Use Ethereum.
Right, hang on. Let me come back to you on this.
I understand what you're saying, that some of them that they've gone into, they've now become defunct.
I haven't even started. Brogan.
Yep.
Do you know what Ethereum Classic is? The old version of Ethereum.
I think it's right.
Yep.
It's probably a bunch of full bugs.
And do you know why Ethereum Classic was ditched for Ethereum? Do you know why there was a hard fork?
I would probably say there's probably a huge bug or an issue.
Because there was a 51% hack.
Right.
And a 51% hack, Julian, is where you can go in and you can change the transactions on a blockchain.
Yeah.
So your auditor
It's
friends.
not my auditor friends.
Your auditor friends.
They're not my friends.
They're your friends.
They're
They're
not
your
friends of
friends. I
mine.
bet they're in your phone.
They're not in my phone.
They will be.
No, they're not.
They are auditing a blockchain.
No, but they're not. You're
What?
missing the point.
What's the point?
That they've got a system
Yes.
that they can now use
Yes.
for a number of different cryptocurrencies,
Yes.
including these. We're not saying that it's now being used for these because that cryptocurrency is defunct.
Yes.
But the same system they are modifying and they can use for upcoming
Okay.
different cryptocurrencies as well as the major ones.
However,
That is good news.
no,
Of course it is.
it's not, because I reckon they call it the cryptos.
Doesn't matter what
We're
they
going to
call it.
audit the blockchain. But what? Right, they're going off on the wrong tangent to look at the wrong blockchains. So they've built this
I
system.
don't think they are.
What
They're
they're
only
doing
going to look at the blockchains that the clients have got currencies in. Why are they going to audit something that the client's not got anything in?
Well, that's a big problem for the clients.
And
If
what
they've
are
got Bitcoin Cash,
Exactly.
Ethereum Classic, and
they're not going to have it
Dogecoin.
anymore. The article is badly written. The clients are going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum. They can now say, we can audit this.
That's good news.
That's what I've been saying.
That is good news.
That's a big tick.
Small tick,
A green tick.
a red tick.
Not a red tick, it's a green tick. The only downside from this I see that we're going more and more computerized and it's the death of the audit case. And I used to love an
That's
audit
not,
case.
that's not a bad thing.
You can smack them everywhere.
What do you think, Brogan?
Yeah.
He doesn't really care.
I
Let's be
don't. I
honest.
really don't care.
Right.
I'm happy for them.
Should we move on
It makes
then?
the job easier.
Let's
Brilliant.
move on because Julian's going red.
Carbon crypto, which is
This-
a red topic on our list.
This is a great conversation starter for
yeah.
auditors, especially.
Is this as equally as dull article?
No, actually, nothing can be as dull as the last article.
That's because it was my article.
We had 62 viewers when that article started. We've got 3 left. I think half of them have fallen asleep. Half of them have turned off.
Do you want to read it, Brogan?
I would love to. Carbon market gets a much needed boost from blockchain technology. Web3 exec.
See what I mean about the brain thing? It's a proper insight.
Alinfra.
Alinthra.
Just call it a climate executive.
A climate exec thinks digitizing carbon market processes via distributed ledger technology can bring about efficiency and predictability that hasn't existed before.
Yes.
So they spoke to somebody and they said it's far less efficient for a digital accounting system to process data from reports, non-digital sales, purchase agreements, and from traditional registers that have limited info in terms of who the final owner of a retired asset is. Something else said, historically there tends to be significant bottlenecks in terms of the availability of validation and verification bodies required to do the works from start to finish. The process of getting a single issuance the process of carbon credits issued from a project takes months, sometimes over 6 months. In order for organizations to truly reduce net emissions and accurately measure climate impact, it is critical that we have high provenance data tied to carbon offsets. A blockchain-based system can help us achieve this with real-time digital data capture that is verifiable and auditable.
Auditable.
Putting carbon-related data on digital rails is a way of future-proofing a party's decarbonisation activities. In the near term, it will allow for quicker, cheaper production of carbon offsets and for better structured financing, insurance, and professional services, all absolutely critical to strive for given the urgency with which we must combat climate change.
What do you think, Brogan? Let's start with you first.
I mean, it doesn't sound like there's any negatives to it. I mean, it sounds like a positive thing. Sorry. It doesn't sound like there's any negatives to this.
Yes.
It sounds like a positive thing. There was something similar with one of the articles you had ages ago, which you had to put on the website, where documents, the inefficiencies of dealing with documents, etc., and data, and data which might be needed, and verifications.
Transportation, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. You have to transport it over a ship or something. It's like it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Because we've had the internet for ages now.
Yeah.
And we've got all this technology which can allow for it to be
Shared.
instantaneously, and I'm glad to see that crypto is helping to make it faster and better.
It is. What do you think about climate carbon offsetting?
To be genuinely honest, I've not thought about it very much.
Well, let me tell you what I have researched.
I knew you were going to.
Oh,
I've got a nugget for you.
Yeah.
So, this carbon offsetting is when a country consumes more carbon or has a higher carbon threshold than they use.
When you say consumes, does that mean produces? Because consumes to me implies that you're getting rid of it.
Well, yeah,
You're eating
consumes.
it.
They take the carbon out of the
Right.
atmosphere.
Gotcha.
So when they have a negative carbon emission
Yep.
threshold, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it, they can sell that to somewhere like China
Right.
or the United Kingdom.
And what
or
do they get in return?
cash. So if they're allowed 800 billion tons a year
Yeah.
and they only use 600 billion tons a year,
Yeah.
let's forget the fact that this entire facade is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
But let's say they only use 600 billion. They can sell those 200 billions for cash
Yeah.
to someone else. And the commentator that
I
was
don't like that.
no, I know, because it's still a
It's
net
elitist again, isn't
Yeah.
it? All
Yeah.
the best countries are going to make more and more money, and all the poorer countries that are still using such fossil fuels
Well,
because they're poor are going to suffer because of that.
the price of this carbon per ton
Yeah.
has skyrocketed, a lot like our gas prices in the UK,
Yeah.
because America blew up Nord Stream 2. I think that was before Biden fell up and down a flight of stairs about 12 times, but we'll forget that one. So what's happened is it used to be $38. It's now $138. So these countries, these small countries that don't have a lot of money but also don't produce a lot of carbon, they are going to benefit from not producing this carbon
Are they though?
exponentially. Yes, because their limit is set by an international body. So countries which are greener will end up being paid by the dirty countries.
What about the African nations? Are they green countries?
Yeah, they've got lots of trees.
So that offsets.
Yeah, they need to plant more trees. But, I think was it Zimbabwe or somebody planted 1 billion trees in a year? Somewhere like that. We covered it in one of our very first articles. It never happened. What they did was they had 1 billion seeds and then gave them out to everybody and said, look, we've planted 1 billion trees. Whereas they hadn't actually done that. But the point of the matter is that African countries should see net benefit
All right.
from carbon.
Okay.
And the reason that it's good that it's put onto the blockchain is you're not going to get any skullduggery
Okay.
because it's irrefutable. You
Right.
can't change it, so they're going to get
We
away
can
with
all see it.
it. We can all see it. Anyway,
FTX fallout.
yes.
FTX's collapse wiped out $200 billion in the total value of the cryptocurrency markets, and it hit retail investors in emerging economies the hardest.
Yes, it did.
FTX's downfall wiped out $200 billion from crypto markets capitalization last year, the new report revealed. Retail investors in emerging economies like India and Thailand were hit the hardest, per the Bank of International Settlements. This may be because larger players tended to sell their coins right before steep price declines, while smaller investors were still buying, it said. Something here, and it's quite, I don't know what the rest of it, I didn't read it. The median investor would have lost $431 by December 2022, corresponding to almost half of their total $900 in funds invested since downloading the app. So, yeah,
Why that nod? I have no idea.
I don't know what the context is because it doesn't really say much. So, I'll move on.
So what are they doing now? We're mapping the actual fallout of how it's hitting real life people now.
which is fairly useful because Celsius are going through the same issue, and there's something called clawback in America, which is quite nasty. Have you heard of clawback, Brogan?
I've heard of the term.
So if you withdraw funds from a financial institution, I think that's where it comes from, within, I think it's 180 days of that institution going bankrupt,
they're allowed to bring it back,
they're
aren't
allowed to bring it back.
Right.
they? Oh, what sort of nonsense is this?
Who knows? But with Celsius
Yeah.
and with FTX, I mean, it's all a nasty web of deceitful, fraudulent criminals.
It's dirty.
It's dirty.
Yeah.
It's proper
Yeah.
nasty. So one of the creditors of Celsius is FTX.
Oh dear.
So FTX owe and are owed money from Celsius. So what Celsius have decided to do is say, you know what? They owe us $300 million. We're not going to go after you. We're going to go after Julian because he owes us $40,000 because he's easy and he's not going to put up a fight. So all the individuals who managed to get their cash out, they're now having a claim put against them. And if they're in America, it's going to be a problem because if you owe them 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, they can put a claim on your house. So what's going to happen now is all the big people, yet again,
Get away with it. We'll
and
hit
all
the
the
little
retail are going to get shafted. So FTX will go down the same path as Celsius. There'll be money owed here, money owed there, but then they'll go after the easiest low-hanging fruit, and then the big guys who have got huge armies of lawyers and solicitors are going to turn around and say, you know what? Let's not bother with these guys because they're going to wrap us up in red tape for the next 3 years. Joke. What do you think, Brogan?
Not unique to crypto, this, though.
No, it's not unique to crypto,
This
is
is
it?
US business-wide, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even with like some financial crashes like previously, like they get away with it, don't they? Like, I mean, unless it's really, really severe.
They don't go to prison for it, do they?
No one really goes to prison.
No.
Everyone pays back each other, kind of. Everyone lends to each other.
Yeah.
And it kind of just this circle of just money jumping between each other, which isn't really deserved from anybody.
Yeah.
And no one's paying anyone back. So
a good film to watch is The Big Short.
Great film.
That's got Brad Pitt and several other well-known.
Why did it not do better at the actual screenings?
I don't think it's a very sexy topic.
Or is it my auditing background again? Because I thought it was one of the most exciting films I've ever seen.
No. So basically, this guy knew.
Other than Ben-Hur.
This guy knew. This guy knew, and Chariots of Fire, that
no, just Ben-Hur.
there was going to be a mortgage crash. They were giving mortgages to everybody.
yeah, I know.
And it crashed, wiped out. I think was it Bear Stearns? It killed in the end. There was one bank went out of business and just disappeared. Or was it Fannie Mae was saved?
Yeah.
And then they wiped out loads of others. And this guy is now one of these demigods that people look up to. And he says, invest in water, because in the future, water is going to be one of the most scarce resources to man, commodities to man. And he's always, sell your crypto, buy your crypto, sell your crypto, buy your crypto. Michael, somebody watching will know what it's called. But the issue is that the big guys never fail, because if the big guys fail, all the little people fail.
Christian Bale's in it as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a drumming odd chap at the beginning.
Yeah, he is.
I haven't watched it, but I think.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
It's a good film.
Homework
It's a good film.
for the weekend.
It's a good film. Anyway, what's next?
It's another one of mine, so I would imagine we're going to deride it. NASA AI. Now, this is one of mine, and I've thrown AI in there.
Now, I've read
Talk about
this.
this now.
Yeah,
I've read this, Brogan.
I've not read
very
This
positive.
is scary.
Yeah, but I'm very positive about it.
Did you read about how it's been 3D printing bones?
Yes.
Take it
Well,
away.
let's have a look.
Give a like if you like 3D printed bones.
NASA leverages AI for advanced
Is there
hardware.
a thing for dogs then, as well as a thumbs up?
I think so.
Yeah, pause of providing various missions with custom one-off evolved structures as expedited production times. AI continues to find advanced use cases, with one recent example being the design of specialized one-off parts for NASA. The space agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland is pioneering the design of specialized parts using commercially available AI software, with the resulting hardware being so light and robust that they seemingly resemble bones left by some alien species. Read a blog post.
How scary is that?
Very.
Uh,
Have you got a 3D printer?
No. I know what'll happen.
I'm thinking of getting one.
No. You'll go to sleep at night and you'll wake up in the morning and it'll be like the land of the Lilliputians, and you'll wake up and you'll be like that on your bed, right? And you'll be tied down, and the 3D printer, which has printed its legs, will be walking around your room. You don't want that.
I didn't think of it like that.
No.
The fella on Great Pottery Throwdown, which we love, don't we, Brogan?
which one?
Great Pottery Throwdown.
Yeah.
We love that.
Oh
show.
yeah. I've watched it once, but it's great.
He absolutely loves the 3D printing.
Who?
Not the one that cries,
Oh.
the other guy. The other judge.
Oh, the judge.
Yeah.
Or the big one.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought I might get myself one. But obviously not now.
Well, Web3 Superstar, he says, I'm investing in 3D printing as well.
There you go, you see.
That's good.
I mean, I saw this thing once. I'm pretty sure they made a 3D printing machine where you can put like sugar and something else in. You can make sweets, which were 3D printed.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Do you
cool.
know what the Chinese are doing? Is it the Chinese? They are sending robots, or they want to send robots, sorry, to the moon to 3D print a moon base before sending humans. Have you not seen them in the desert?
That's incredible.
Right.
There are videos of the Chinese research teams, and they're putting these robots in the desert, like Mars. So they're going to do it on Mars.
It print out of sand?
Yeah, concrete. And it
has to produce it because it can't just have.
It's pretty
enough
messy.
To build it.
It's pretty messy. I think when it's surrounded by sand, I think it's able to build it with something. Maybe it's got a kind of adhesive, but it builds. It basically just builds layers upon layers of buildings. It can build buildings in days. So for an area where it's desolate, like Mars, they send these 3D printers. It will print your building. You turn up in your spacesuit, like, what's he called? The guy who got stuck there.
Matt Damon. Other Wanted Twins.
Yeah, and instead of having a big inflatable balloon to grow his potatoes, he'll have a 3D printed building that won't blow down in the wind. Incredible.
It is incredible.
Dangerous though.
Yeah.
Because if you take AI and merge AI with 3D printing,
that's bad.
That's not a good idea. That's Terminator style.
Correct.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? You're the tech expert in the house.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same question I got with I made a computer history PowerPoint for like English. I got distinction for it, and one of the questions was about like yeah, I just gonna point that out. One of the questions was about the future of AI and will it be dangerous?
Yeah.
And I said it'll only be dangerous if you allow it to recreate itself and have access to the internet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you keep it in its sandbox, it's off again.
Yeah.
There you go. If you lay it out of its sandbox into the real world, it's going to run around and then do everything, and then it'll just print itself a body. It'll walk around. Because we've seen here, it's made pieces which when stress tested, there's no worries about like concentrated stress.
No.
In comparison to human designs with algorithm designs. So if it can already make designs which you don't have to worry about any calculations or stress in certain areas of the printing, just give it enough time, it'll be able to print its own like joints, etc. It could probably put itself. I mean, I don't know if it can make a computer 3D printed to put itself in, but it's a bit dangerous.
It's very dangerous
if it progresses further.
And with all of these things, like when the internet started, the internet was going for 10 years before they even had legislation on it. Yeah. So we know that governments around the world, it's going to be so slow. We're going to get to the point where these things are now doing stuff that we don't want them to be doing.
Probably one of us prime minister by that stage.
Exactly. And then they're going to turn around and say, you know what we need to do? We need to legislate crypto, ignore AI, because that's not a threat to the banking system.
To be fair, with UK, it does make you wonder whether we've already just printed 3 prime ministers.
We have one after the other. Yeah. I don't think they did a good job of Truss, though. I mean, she wasn't printed very well, was she?
Yeah, but you always have these things, don't you, in production processes?
She's like a young Deborah Meaden.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
But you always have that, don't you?
Without the attitude.
Some are a little bit hit and miss until you finally refine the final piece in the jigsaw.
Yeah.
Every single says it'll be able to recreate anything, pretty much. It's true. I mean, that's the issue of it, is the fact that since it's an algorithm, and it's the fact that it's based off so much information, all the information on the internet, and like you said, we could recreate anything. It has so much information on it that as people who probably monitor the bot to see what it knows and like what it can do.
Yeah,
I guarantee they probably don't even know what it can produce themselves. The ones who probably look at it constantly, or the people who do look at it constantly to make sure it's in check. I bet they don't even know what it can do.
No,
like fully, because the amount of information it's learnt off is vast.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, we create anything. It can probably do anything.
Yeah, I like Henri's take on this. It's very philosophical.
Which is
what if we're in a 3D printed world already? That's like a petri dish.
A proper philosophical route there, hasn't he?
What if we're a marble?
Yeah. Do we exist?
Do we exist?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Lincoln City fans exist because I've never met one.
Oh, I've met a few.
Never
Yeah,
met
the
one.
great Steve Wilkinson.
No, do you?
Yeah.
No.
Next.
Should we move on?
Bad frenzies.
Bad frenzies.
Bad frenzies.
Bad frenzies. Now this,
Alright.
I'm going to tell you this. This is a cracking rug pull.
Oh.
Hit
Fren-
it, Brogan.
Yeah. Frenzy's rug pull NFT holders could the community take over? Holders are calling Frenzies a rug pull after failing to deliver on promises, but some hope to pick up where Frenzy's Friends with You left off. Looks stupid.
So rug pull is basically they've taken all the money and they've
Yeah,
run
yeah,
away.
yeah. We've done a video on it. They can find the video somewhere.
Yeah. We haven't done it. We actually should do it. We've not done a
We've
rug
talked
pull.
about it. We did it on Squid Game.
We've done a short.
That's a video.
Yeah. Well,
We could do it while somebody explains it while another person's trying to pull a tablecloth off a table to leave everything on it.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Nice metaphor.
Yeah. Take frenzies away, Brogan.
They said, and they announced it would pause all future plans around the project after raising more than $5 million worth of Ethereum in last year's mint. The team that apparently deleted their Twitter account shortly afterwards, leading to accusations of rug pull.
Many mistakes. Very sorry.
As the project founders, we have decided that it would be best to put a pause on frenzies and all future digital goods for the time being.
Bet that put them into a frenzy, didn't it?
I bet it did.
A tweet by Zach XBT. This is the guy who took. This is the good
Our
guy.
hero.
Yep.
Crypto
Not,
Cop.
not all heroes wear capes.
Crypto Cop. Did you
Crypto
call
Cop.
it?
With the $5.3 million Frenzy's AI hard rug earlier today, it remains unclear how the funds could have possibly been spent. There have been no announcements since September, no community treasury, and no play-to-earn game. The team blames market volatility as their rationale.
So you could say this is frenzies without benefits. That one's for you, Henri.
It's just a bunch of information no one cares about. Yeah, that's bad.
Mm.
Shame.
Wow. So what do you think about this? I mean, I know what my theory is on thoughts are on NFTs. What are your thoughts, Julian?
You know what they are. I don't understand them.
You don't understand
I don't
them.
understand them. I don't see the value. Until I get Ticketmaster giving me a ticket, that'll be the day that I invest in an NFT or a football program.
What do you think, Brogan?
What, on this topic or?
Yeah, no. What do you think of this frenzies situation?
I don't know. I mean,
What were the pictures of? Because let's be honest,
They
they're
weren't
just
that
pictures,
good.
aren't they?
No.
No, they never are.
no. I mean,
Are they the little blobs with smiley faces? Oh no.
what I think about these
It
rug
says
pulls
loser more than displaying the fact you've paid money for one of them, eh?
Yeah.
is the fact that it's either a hot topic like Squid Game, for example, where they'll just pry off an IP which is of recent, like Squid Game, and they'll just make a coin of it, and there'll be nothing. There'll just be a shoddily written together white paper. There'll be no actual plans of anything, and it'll just be a coin. And then people put, "Oh, look, Squid Game, what?" And
If
they'll
we
buy it.
theoretically discuss the idea of how best to perform a rug pull,
Yeah.
do we then get arrested as well in a hostel in Moscow?
Probably.
Best not then, eh?
Nah. Secondly, it's either that one or it's a project which promises all these ideas, and then the initial part they'll make all these like videos or trailers or roadmaps, and then they'll just lie. And these guys sound similar. There's supposed to be a play-to-earn game, something else, but it just sounds like they've promised so many different things, and now they've got the money. They're going, we'll leave now.
My issue is,
They're just like long cons, aren't they, basically?
yeah, it's a lot of cash to try and run away with. I guarantee within 12 months, one of them's going to be in prison.
Yeah.
Because crypto is not, at some point,
It's not
that
easy to
money-
hide.
It's not easy to hide because you'll be able to see where the money went from that wallet, and no matter how many wallets they send that cash to, you'll be able to track it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only way out of this is to use something like Tornado Cash, which obviously, to avoid myself going to prison in Russia for, I can't really mention how it works.
No.
But it comes at the other end. So if they try and bring it to an exchange like Binance or Crypto.com or Coinbase to actually turn it into cash, they'll know exactly where it's come from. The money will be frozen and it'll end up being returned.
Yep. Can't
It's just,
smelt it, can you?
you can't, no.
Nope.
No.
Stupid.
Absolutely. Well, We've absolutely
We've got 20
smashed.
minutes left. We've hammered through that.
Oh, well, we've got hot topic.
We've got a hot topic.
So I'm on this. I have a conversation between you two.
Okay.
Is he leaving the room?
He's left the room. I don't know where he's going.
I think we know where he's going.
I think we do. So anybody watching who has any questions for us, wants to ask us about any cryptocurrencies or projects, leave a question below and we will answer it after we've gone through the hot topic.
Which is
Brexit.
Brexit. But not Brexit, yes or no.
No.
Because it's now happened.
Yeah.
So what we were going to talk about is how is it going?
Yeah.
How is it affecting us? Good or bad?
Yep.
And how is it going to affect the younger youths?
The youths.
Youths.
Yes. And we were going to ask the youth, who's just disappeared, what his thoughts were.
But the youths had Gatorade quite clearly go straight through him.
Well, do you want to start with your opinion of it, or do you want to start with my opinion of it?
I wouldn't give your opinion. That's your opinion.
Why?
But I can start with my opinion.
What was your opinion on Brexit?
Both our opinions are going to be heavily swayed by the fact of where we live.
No, I'm not.
Are you not?
No, I've got a different one.
Okay, well, I'll give our opinion then on why it is because of where we live.
Okay.
I think living in Gibraltar, it's been an absolute disaster for us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any food. It's like living in St. Petersburg.
We've got more food. We've got more food than they have in the UK right now.
I don't believe that.
I have. I've seen the shelves.
Don't believe that for 1 minute.
I've seen shelves.
I've seen our shelves.
You can only buy Greg's pasties.
No, you can't.
Pies, fish and chips. You
Nonsense.
can't get any. You can't get a cucumber.
Of course you can get a cucumber.
Can't get a cucumber or a tomato.
People out there in the UK, can you get a cucumber?
Yeah.
For certain that you can.
We've got a question.
That will be asked at the end, because we're currently talking about
Gibraltar. For us, it's not gone well. We've still not really got our deal.
Nope.
We don't know whether we're coming or going.
Nope.
We've no food. We've got problems crossing the border in and out.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think in 20 years' time, this is the beginning of the end for British Gibraltar.
Ooh, that's a big statement, that.
It is, because you've got the older generation, and by that I mean anybody 60 and above that over my dead body.
Mm-hmm.
You've then got our age group in between, and we know we're fickle. We know that. We're a fickle generation.
Yeah.
Some will be for, some will be against. But I genuinely think anybody under the age of 40 now has come to the realisation that they've had a life with that border open and Spain is nice. And they don't have the baggage, I think, of that older generation. And I think they'll just go with it.
Yeah, but they can't speak Spanish.
Doesn't matter.
They haven't learnt Spanish.
They can't speak Spanish on the south coast.
That's a good point.
It'll be the beginning of the end. It'll be a slow burn. They'll start with smaller things, and then eventually it'll just be by osmosis.
What do you think?
Quicker than you think. 20 years.
20 years. What do you think, Brogan?
From your point of view, do you think that Brexit is going to affect you in any way whatsoever?
Probably when I have more adult responsibilities, there'll be a change. Probably has been a change, because obviously like right now, it'll kind of it inevitably affects me if it affects you, right? But when I'm my own adult and by myself, I have to do all these things. Some things might be harder or easier depending from the results of Brexit, which will then eventually affect me and all of us younger. So, like you said with baggage, there'll be some things which will just have changed. But but the difference is, I'll be going into it with that change. So obviously you can look back and go, okay, well, it might have been better or worse back then.
But you won't know the difference.
But I won't know the difference because it's not affecting me right now. So I'm going into it. I'll just learn to deal with it because that's it, right? In terms of like border stuff and everything, well, yeah, you need all these different. You have all these ID cards. You've got red and green. I mean, red and blue. Might as well be a green.
See, the freedom of movement for jobs and things, I never really understood anyway. Because it's not about that, it's whether you can actually speak the language. And we can't in England, let's be honest. Yeah. So I don't think that were ever something that we got on board with. I don't think that's going to affect you.
I mean, the industry I want to go into.
Your job market's in America.
Yeah, or it could be anywhere. It's remote. There's
Yeah.
a lot of the work's remote. You could do remote, so I could be anywhere and do anything anywhere.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
So I'm not. It's not a very hands touchy feely job. So it's not like I need to be somewhere specific, in theory, to do the job. So it's not in terms of frictional unemployment and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter.
And you're at that industry you're in as well, tech. It's boundaryless. That's the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
So nations and that don't really exist, I don't think, in your sphere.
No. It does. A geographical location doesn't really affect me.
No.
It doesn't matter. I mean, some jobs obviously require you to be in the office or a place, but that's micro. That's situational. But on a whole, there's a lot of jobs. There's tons of them where you can be wherever you want to be and still work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at that point, it just matters where I live in terms of tax and tax dependencies and where I am. But other than that, it doesn't matter. So, job section of movement of jobs, that it's not going to affect me.
No,
personally. But yeah, I'm not aware of all the singular things which Brexit has affected on in terms of
I don't think you
finances.
need to be, do you? I'm not.
I'm not.
You only encounter what you encounter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and as of yet, I'm 17. I'm not actually doing everything. So as of yet, I don't know what it could affect. I haven't learned it. I don't know. So obviously, when I do end up doing it, it might affect me. But as of yet,
no.
Currently, no. Only really what I've mentioned is going to affect me.
So what's your opinion then? You chose the British opinion.
No, I've only got 2 statements that I'm going to make. I'm just wary of time because we've got some questions. So I'm going to say 2 things.
Go on.
Number 1,
Yep.
the European Union will not exist in its current format in the next 10 to 15 years.
Correct.
Okay.
So everything that to do with borders
Yep.
and movement of people and movement of goods,
Yep.
that's all going to become irrelevant.
It's going to become tighter again.
It's going to become tighter. You're going to have more. I'll scratch your back, you scratch my backs.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a lot more agreements with countries like Italy and Greece and America.
Yeah.
Everything's going to go back to the way it was 30, 40 years ago, where all countries have to have equal, agreements with each other, because it's an unsustainable project that is grinding to an end.
Yeah.
And my second one is that the office will disappear on the whole within 15 years, within a generation, because of what Brogan's just said.
Yep.
So that I won't go into the third one, but they're my 2. So the issue really is, where do you sleep and where do you eat would be the 2 things to think about. So if you're getting paid the same amount of money for working online, then you just need to find the most tax efficient place to live.
Exactly.
And the one with the best quality of life.
Yeah.
So for example, a lot of Americans have moved to Costa Rica. Crypto Americans have moved to Costa Rica because the price of apartments, whatever, is a lot lower. The tax is more advantageous. Then you're going to have somewhere like El Salvador. El Salvador has got rid of its crime, it's got rid of its drug problem, and if you own a Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, and you can prove you own a Bitcoin, you can go and live there and pay no tax. So when you have countries such as El Salvador do this, you're suddenly going to have somewhere like Portugal do this or Greece do this. And all they want to do is attract you.
Yeah, attract rich people, get their economy
people.
going. That's simple.
Exactly. And then you have to decide, well, I can go and live wherever I want now. If Greece brings this out and Portugal brings this out, why should I leave? Why should I worry about a border when they're just going to give me the visa a second of land? So I think the traditional office is going to go. I think it's still going to exist for a lot of old,
there's going to be a lag period of people who are still alive, still doing offices.
Any kind of city outside of the main cities, Lincoln, Stockport, places like that, their offices are still going to exist.
Yeah.
But mainstream Manchester, London, New York, LA, those offices, they'll become either remote offices or drop-in offices, because the cost, people working from home, you're paying your electricity, you're paying your heating bill.
Business expenses.
The business expenses are going to go through the floor.
Overhead at that point.
Exactly. That's if you have a job, because not you, I mean in general, because AI is going to replace a lot of admin, a lot of technical admin. So I'm not going to waffle on because we've got no time. We have questions.
We just have questions. I don't know how more.
But I like that. I agree with most of your points.
They were local points, but I think for UK in general, I think it's going to be proved to be a good deal.
It's got 2 questions.
Mansfield wrote a 30-40 page book.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the mining town then.
No, not that Mansfield.
Right.
Mansfield, M-A-I-N. He wrote a book about Brexit, and he basically said within 20 years, nobody will know the difference in terms of effects on the economy.
Yeah.
So I stuck by that all through the process, and I'll stand by that.
Yeah.
Anybody got any questions? We have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, the first one is Web3 superstar. What do you think about DOT, and are you invested in it? Who wants to go first? DOT. Polka dot. I think this is.
Polka dot.
I liked that a long time ago. I had some polka.
Yeah.
Don't know why I got rid of it.
Neither do I.
Why did I get rid of it? And why did I like it?
I know why I like it now. But
I had polka dot, and it's on Celsius.
Is that why you got rid of it?
No, I haven't got rid of it. It's on Celsius.
You can't get it.
Can't get to it.
Right. Okay.
So, do I like polka dot? Yes, I do.
What does it do?
It is. We don't have a lot of time.
No, ignore that. We've gone over it before as previous videos. It's basically the Web 2's portal to Web 3's kind of ways. It's like you got Disney, you got Starbucks, you got all these people using polka dot for a bunch of their products.
Have they?
It's polka dot, isn't it?
That's Polygon.
Oh.
Right, polka
I've
dot.
got it wrong.
Polka dot connects
It's a conduit.
different chains to itself.
That's right.
And it had side chain auctions last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe not last year, maybe the year before. Side chain auctions where other projects could I think they had 20 side chains in total. And those side chains would run parallel to Polkadot and have interoperability with it without getting too complicated. I have Polkadot. I like Polkadot.
I like the idea of Polkadot.
So what's the point of it? I've obviously I got it mixed up. What's the point of it?
Interoperability.
Yeah, it links different things together.
Middleman stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's the next question?
Get into it. Henri, you know what? It'll probably appear on the screen. Give it a second. Let's read it all out.
Henri.
Yeah.
I saw this thing on Instagram about this rising currency called Shiba Inu. If you know about this, what are your opinions or predictions? Does anybody want to give their opinion of Shiba Inu?
I've heard of it.
It's the dog face.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
I think it's the 9th, 10th or 11th highest cryptocurrency.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doge is 8th. It's a meme coin.
Yeah.
Now, it has Shiba... How do I pronounce this now? Shibanerium.
We don't have any sort of utility at all, does it?
This is what I'm getting to. Shibanerium.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? That's now coming to Shiba Inu. So it will then have a actual, real...
reason to exist.
So the two biggest meme coins,
right?
Doge.
Yeah.
Doge is going to hopefully go down the angle of being Twitter. Exactly. So Doge is going in that direction, and Shibanerium is going in the actual utility use direction.
Right.
But I wouldn't touch either of them
with a barge pole.
Yeah. Stick to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, ADA.
Yeah.
I know Web3 Superstar. He loves XRP.
Maybe a bit of Polkadot now. I'm back
bit
on
of polka.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Are we done then?
I'm just
We've
trying to
got
check.
6-7 minutes left, so we've managed to do the entire show in the time we've set.
We've done well there.
We've done well. I still think we covered everything, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm just checking the studio, make sure.
Any final thoughts then, Brogan? We are back next Monday
with the Alpha Show.
Which is a 45-minute rundown.
Doesn't mean it's going to be overtly male, does it?
No,
because I don't think we're up for that.
No, we will be dropping Alpha on Monday.
What does that mean?
Like technical stuff.
Technical stuff.
I think.
We'll be giving people the information that they tune in for. Wow. The Alpha.
The technical, hot news, technical stuff.
Right.
So we'll be telling them things they don't know.
But they need to.
But we'll be telling them why they need to know.
Right, aggressively as well.
Aggressively, angrily.
Use some of the fear, curiosity.
Exactly.
What the hell the other one was?
Yeah.
I can't believe you
don't know
haven't
this.
got this in your portfolio
Yeah.
type of, shock value. I
Eat
think
my news, that type of thing.
we should go down the reality TV shock approach,
Right.
shouldn't we? Like Love Island style reporting on these things. So, anything else you want to add?
No.
I don't want the counter to get to 0 because I imagine it's going to make a really horrific noise.
No, it'll just change text to
Goodbye.
thanks or something.
Goodbye.
Yeah, stream ended or something.
All right. Are we done?
I think we're done. Yeah, there's no more comments.
We done?
We done. I'll have to get my soup.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please
It's a
like
mi-
and subscribe.
It's a Mexican.
We don't need to know about the soup. Thanks for watching.
It's like dealing with Hitler. Isn't it?
Goodbye, everybody.
Anyway, it's Mexican full-bodied soup,
Right.
and I'll be adding a few croutons into it.
Oh yeah.
And
They
get
make it
this.
special, don't they?
Get this.
Thanks, Henri.
Bacon
Thanks, Web3
bites.
Superstar.
Do
Big
you know what
mice.
bacon bites are?
The little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Throw some of them in. Normally put them in salads. Put them in soups.
Really?
Taste sensation.
Huh.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Anyway, enjoy yourself. Enjoyed that stream.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you,
Like and
everyone.
subscribe.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Do what it says here. Like. I drew that just for all of you. So you come on, got to like, subscribe. Did you throw the phone in the bin?
Why would I throw my phone?
Oh.
microphone's turned off. I'm gone.
Bye.